Let me talk about cocaine prices. This is in kilo equivalent. So in 1997, a kilo equivalent of cocaine at the farm door gate in Peru cost about $650. That's dropped to about $250 a few years ago. These numbers, by the way, all come from the UN Office for Drug Control. Then, after it gets shipped for processing to Colombia, it costs about $1,000. Then once it's imported into the United States, it costs about $15,000 now. Again, all these numbers are continually dropping over time. Once it's wholesaled in the United States, it goes up again to about $21,000. And finally, at the retail street price of a kilo of cocaine, so once it's broken up into gram-sized packages, it goes for about $107,000. These are 2005 prices, but you can see the numbers are generally declining over time. Now, most of you may not be economists, but generally speaking, when prices are declining and demand is steady, as we had to assume it probably is for a commodity like this, that generally means that supply is increasing, right? The other thing that I'd point out that's really, really important to recognize is look at where the profit margin is highest. It's specifically at the stage of importation. Now, why is that? That is because that is where there's the most pressure on the supply chain from the narcotics regulators, the DEA. So the narcotics regulators, they think they're in the drug eradication business. They're actually in the drug regulation business. And by increasing the risk for the people who are importing this stuff in, they actually increase the ability of those who stay in the business to demand premium prices and actually raise the profit margins for the people who manage to survive in the business. So if you're able to control that part of the business by, say, corrupting a border agent, and there's been 80 border agents in the last 3 years in the US, just on the US side of the border, that have been convicted of corruption of one sort or another, then you can make 1,400% profit margins. Now, some of you may not be business people, but almost every business person in the world would kill for a business with those kinds of margins. And in fact, these guys do.